Martin tried to sneak in one last summertime travel adventure.
He has shown us the town, he showed us the parks, and now he takes us on the water. Learning more about Grand Lake's Grand Lake. Good morning, John.
Hey, good morning, Craig. Good morning, Kimberly. Yes, okay, let me explain what happened here. So I hopped on a pontoon boat with a tour guide named Kyle Simpson. And we go through the standard procedure of, can I get your first and last name with the spelling and your official title so we can put it at the bottom of the screen. Okay, after he said, I said, literally, let her rip. He gave me the most in-depth tour of Grand Lake you could possibly imagine. It lasted 90 minutes long. I condensed all of that into 3 minutes for your enjoyment.
Grand Lake is Colorado's deepest natural lake, over 267 feet deep. It was carved by 2 glaciers that came down from Mount Baldy, Mount Craig is its real name, and Flat Top Mountain in Rocky Mountain National Park. Cut that side of the lake incredibly deep, and then over here by the channel in Point Park, it's really shallow because of the Big Thompson Water Project. This is the only shallow section of the lake where there's no like hazards or buoys or anything marked. That's because it is a natural lake, which is pretty neat because you can cruise around the lake however you want, whereas in like the Front Range you have to go like counterclockwise around the lakes here. About 107 homes on the lake, less than 11 are year-long residents. Most of them are brown with either a red roof or a green roof. There's a couple gray houses out here, but we don't want any weird blue or purple or yellow colored homes, any eyesores. You want to be able to look across the lake and have it blend into the natural environment for the most part here. Out of those 11 year-long residents, they all live on the north side of the lake. They do not have running water on the south side of the lake in the winter time. That's because the water mains go underneath the channel between the 2 lakes on the waterbed there, and then it will freeze over and that pipe would break. So all these guys over here are just summer homes, which is kind of interesting. But out of the 107 homes on the lake, there are like 3 big name homes. Like these celebrity names, we have Tim Allen has a home up here, the Hall family from the Hallmark Greeting Card Company, and then the Coors family actually built a home up here. Other than that, most of these people are lawyers, doctors, oil money, or they've had the house inherited for quite a while here. The very first home on the lake was built by Mr. J. Adams. He actually has a little waterfall named after him on the far east side of the lake called the Adams Falls. Really neat little hike to check out. It's only about 3/10 of a mile to get to it. Changes in elevation like 100 to 150 feet. Really neat hike. It'll take you like 15-20 minutes round trip. Definitely something you got to check out. Grand Lake has about 4.2 miles of shoreline, over 267 feet deep. Shadow Mountain has 6 miles of shoreline. It's kind of neat. They got like 4 or 5 islands on the end of it where the osprey really like to hang out. They're one of my favorite animals up here. Colorado's 2nd largest bird behind the bald eagles. And they're neat because they'll dive in the water, and they're one of the only birds that when they catch the fish, they spin it around underneath them aerodynamically. So the head of the fish will be underneath its stomach, and the tail will be underneath its tail, which is pretty interesting there. We also have a lot of moose and bear and things like that up here, which is pretty neat. The water temperature is about 58 to 60 degrees. The warmest it'll get to is like 65 to 67 degrees. A lot of people do water skiing and wakeboarding out here. Most of them will wear wetsuits and dry suits, things like that, up until like July and August. And then normally you wear your swimsuits and things like that here. We'll do a sailboat race the first week of August through the Regatta and the Yacht Club. Really neat sailboat race. The winner of it gets their name put on the Lipton Cup, which is actually a trophy donated by Sir Thomas Lipton, the creator and founder of like the Lipton Tea Company, which is pretty interesting here. So if you have a snowmobile, you'll see all the snowmobiles come out here on the frozen lake, and when they get their brand new snowmobiles, this is where they like to break them in and race them and go as fast as they can. You know, depending on how good of a snowmobile you got, you can go 80 to 110 on the lake. No ice skating on the lake. That's because all the snowmobilers and then the ice fishermen, you don't want anyone skating around, falling in the holes or anything like that. Awesome, thanks for coming out, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Now, Kyle said that people wear wetsuits until about August and they break out the bathing suits, but I just dipped my foot in the water for the last story with the horse riding through the Colorado River. It is absolutely freezing. I couldn't even imagine getting in that lake any time of the year, but it is beautiful. It's quite remarkable, all the different houses around there. And those boat rides, they're about $20 for adults. They last about an hour to an hour and a half. But if you're going to get there, you need to get there soon because they will be wrapping up the summer season very soon. Again, they have the Constitution Parade this Saturday with the big fireworks show, and then it all kind of slows down for the winter season. But the aspen leaves right now are absolutely beautiful. So take that mental health day, pack up, head west, and just enjoy the beauty that is Grand Lake.
2 things, John. One, I think this has got to be the best looking place, most scenic that you've gone to.
Yeah.
For sure. And how can we get that guy to be our tour guide?
Request him, yeah.
I love tours. Listen, like I every time I go to aquariums, I ask for a tour guide. When I go to Disney, I want a tour guide. I want this guy. I want Kyle Simpson is his name. Go and ask for him specific. I just want him to like narrate my life because my favorite line was whatever, something to the effect of, my favorite animal is the osprey, second biggest bird to the bald eagle in Colorado. Like he just goes and
he knows a little bit about everything.
I literally said, let her rip, and then 90 minutes of just everything Kyle wanted to talk about.
Glued to everything he was saying. Thanks so much.
Thanks.